Millions of Greeks are voting in a crucial referendum on whether to accept the terms of an international bailout. The government has urged a no vote, but the yes side warns this could see Greece ejected from the eurozone. No one can ignore the will of a people, Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras said, after voting. First results are expected on Sunday evening. Greeks appear evenly divided over the issue, according to opinion polls. Turnout is expected to be high. The governing radical left Syriza party has criticized the bailout terms as humiliating. Its leading figures say rejecting the terms could give them more leverage in talks over the country's massive debt. However, international creditors have warned that a no vote could choke off vital funding for Greek banks and lead to Grexit, a chaotic departure from the common European currency. The Yes campaign has framed the vote as a referendum on Greek membership of the eurozone. Supporters of both sides held rallies in Athens on Friday. Banks stayed shut because of capital controls imposed after the expiry of the current bailout program. Casting his ballot, Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis described the referendum as a holy moment that gives hope that the common currency and democracy can coexist. Mr. Varoufakis earlier told local media that the EU had no legal grounds to throw Greece out of the euro. He separately told Spain's El Mundo newspaper, in Spanish, that the tactics of Athens' creditors amounted to terrorism, because they had tried to instill fear in the people by forcing the closure of banks. Mr. Varoufakis said that the banks in Greece would reopen on Tuesday, whatever the outcome, and that Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras would still reach an agreement with creditors if the result was no in the referendum. Meanwhile, German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble, one of Greece's harshest critics, suggested that if Greece were to leave the eurozone, it might only be temporary. Whether with the euro or temporarily without it, only the Greeks can answer this question, he told the German newspaper Bild. And it is clear that we will not leave the people in the lurch. Electoral workers have raced to get polling stations ready in time, with army helicopters being used instead of boats to rush ballot papers to the islands. Nearly 10 million people are eligible to vote. Several European officials have complained in strong terms about Greece's abrupt decision to hold a referendum on the terms of a bailout offer they say is no longer on the table. Greece's Syriza-led government was elected in January on an anti-austerity platform. The European Commission, the European Union's executive arm, one of the troika of creditors along with the International Monetary Fund and the European Central Bank, wants Athens to raise taxes and slash welfare spending to meet its debt obligations.